for the all-new edition of Viral. The world lost one of the all-time greats. NBA legend Kobe Bryant has passed away at the age of 41. Man, it's still shocking me to this day right now. But let's get to Viral. Hello everyone, welcome to a special edition of Viral. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix here, as we talk about the life, the legacy of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, one of the all-time greats, the greatest of all time, an NBA legend who recently just retired mere 4 years ago. 4 years ago, he was on the road. He was getting to being a businessman and stuff like that. And on January 26, 2020, the world mourns the loss of this living legend. And he died from an apparent helicopter crash near Los Angeles in Calabasas, California. He was 41 years old. He also lost his daughter, Giovanni, who was 13 years old, who was along with him, along with 7 others. So 9 people overall died instantly. And Kobe Bryant, his daughter, passed on. With that, let's go back and let's see how this all transpired. Watch this.
Good afternoon. We come on the air with some tragic news coming in from California. A source confirming to ESPN that NBA legend Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in Southern California. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office confirming that 5 people are dead in that crash near Calabasas. This is some video you're seeing here of the wreckage. Calabasas, just northwest of downtown Los Angeles. Video from the crash site showing the wreckage on fire in the hills near a building complex. First responders are on the scene. Bryant, who was 41 years old and had 4 daughters with his wife Vanessa, played 20 seasons, all of them as a Los Angeles Laker. He won 2 gold medals for Team USA and is the NBA's 4th leading scorer of all time.
As you can see right there, news reports of Kobe Bryant's death. The world reacting real fast, real quick through that fatal helicopter crash. Man, and just Kobe Bryant touched many people with his smile, his laughter, and his charisma. He loved the game of basketball. He loved to give intake of basketball. He loved constructive criticism. He loved to get better. And that's what he did. He made himself better. And Kobe Bryant loved basketball at a very young age. And in 1996, he entered the NBA draft and was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers under the selection of the Charlotte Hornets. Kobe Bryant went on and his career skyrocketed to the top. And Kobe Bryant won numerous NBA championships, and he was on his way, and he did set his career on fire. He left a lasting legacy that many people will never forget. I will never forget, because I grew up watching Kobe Bryant from me being young and him being young. Kobe Bryant wasn't your typical, basketball player. He was an overall basketball player. He can do it all. And, man, it's just tough. All right, let's hear from Kobe's own words on how he would like to be remembered. Take a look.
NBA superstar Kobe Bryant killed in a helicopter crash in California, along with his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others. Just moments ago, Michael Jordan releasing a statement saying, "I loved Kobe. He was like a little brother to me." And as we say goodnight tonight, here's Kobe Bryant in his own words.
Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer!
My family used to call it basketball fever. Just feel like you have to play all the time.
You find something that you love to do, and you go after it. And I was very fortunate to have basketball.
I used to make 1,000 shots a day. My body could take. I used to make 1,000 a day.
The Lakers repeat
I was such a huge Laker fan growing up. I mean, like a diehard Laker fan. I had Magic posters, Magic T-shirts. It was my dream to be a Los Angeles Laker. And so, to be here for 20 years and to get to know some of my mentors, it's been a dream come true.
Kobe Bryant.
Have you accomplished everything that you've wanted to on the court?
No. I wanted 8 championships. As a dreamy kid growing up in Italy, I wanted 8.
Why 8?
Because Magic had 5, and then Michael had 6, and I said, okay, we're gonna win 8, and had the opportunity to have 7, and didn't work out.
Just an epic performance by Kobe Bryant.
Sports is a very emotional thing, and in our world, that emotion is what creates the magic.
And the fans.
I think it was important for them to know how much they've meant, how vital they've been in my career, and we grew up together, and that's such a beautiful thing. I'm young, but I'm not going to back down from anyone. I'm just going to play hard. And, who knows? Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kobe Bean. Kobe, thank you, man.
Dear Kobe, thank you.
Thank you for your passion, your commitment, and dedication to basketball.
Thank you for showing us that the number 24 isn't just a number on your jersey, but the amount of hours in a day that you have to devote to the game to be their best.
Thank you for giving and giving and giving.
Thank you for pushing through when your body says no, but your heart says yes. Thank you for the games that you refuse to lose, and the ones you always seem destined to win.
Thank you for your endless drive.
For showing us that even on your worst day, there's nothing else to do but push harder.
For showing us there's no such thing as magic, only hard work.
Thank you for playing the game the way it was meant to be played.
Thank you for teaching us to believe in ourselves, even when nobody else did.
For 20 years, you gave our game all you had, and we are eternally grateful.
Thank you for being you, competitor supreme.
Thank you for loving the game of basketball.
Years, Kobe Bryant spent in the NBA, winning 5 NBA championships, but he was most proud of being a father to his 4 girls, including 13-year-old Gianna, who was on that helicopter that crashed today, early this morning in Los Angeles.
Yes, Kobe Bryant, in his own words, really touching, very riveting to hear that Kobe Bryant, with his legacy, how he played the game of basketball and stuff. And basketball will never be the same without Kobe Bryant. But Kobe Bryant left a lasting impression. I'll tell you that right now. Tell you. All right. And during that little Kobe Bryant's montage, when he was telling his own word, you saw a montage of fellow NBA players, his peers, honoring Kobe Bryant and dedicating and was inspired and admired by Kobe Bryant and how he lived his way, how he lived his life, and how he played the game of basketball. And he was competitive, and that's what some things are. You want to be competitive and have sportsmanship, and Kobe Bryant was that. He was a competitive person that showed true sportsmanship. All right. Speaking of Kobe's fellow peer, LeBron James, who is currently a LA Laker, who played against Kobe when LeBron was on the Cleveland Cavaliers and on the Miami Heat on many numerous occasions, shared his fondest memory of Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, with this.
When I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was growing up through the ranks when Kobe came into the league. He was, it wasn't a dream of mine to come straight, from high school at that point in time to the NBA. But I was like, wow, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid being able to make that leap, that's pretty damn cool. And as I started playing more ball and I went into high school, the things that he was doing on the floor, I, admired and wanted to be a part of. I went to ABCD camp, and he came and talked to all the kids that was there, and I happened to be one of the kids that was there, and I was just listening. I was just trying to soak everything up I could. You know, and I remember one thing that he said, he was like, if you want to try to be, you know, great at it or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. You know, there's no substitution to work. And I was a 15-year-old kid at that camp. You can actually find the footage of him at that camp. And then 2001, I believe I was playing in New Jersey, and the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me, was in Philly, right? Yeah, that Saturday, me and Maverick drove to the Intercontinental downtown Philadelphia, and he gave me a pair of his shoes, which I ended up wearing that following night. It was the red, white, and blue Kobe's. I was a 15 and he was a 14, and I wore them anyways. And I sat and just talked to him for a little bit. He gave me the shoes. I rocked them in the game. And it was the same night that we played Oak Hill against Melo. And then I saw what he was able to do the very next night, winning MVP here in Philly. That following night. As I got drafted, I still just admired him. You know, seeing what he was able to accomplish, winning championships, having, you know, being early in his career where, you know, he learned from the misses that he had against the series against Utah, and he just used that as motivation and got better and better and better to him winning multiple championships, and continued to admire him throughout my high school rank. And then as competitors, just seeing the work ethic that he put into the game. He had zero flaws offensively, zero. You backed off of him, he could shoot the three. You pick, you know, you body him up a little bit, he can go around you. He can shoot the mid range. He can post. He can make free throws. He had zero flaws offensively, and you know, that's something that I admired as well. Just being at a point where the defense will always be at bay, where they couldn't guard you at all offensively, where you just felt like you was just immortal offensively because of your skill set and your work ethic. We take it down to 2008, where we become the Redeem team, and it was a dream come true for me to be able to line up alongside of him. Just admiring him for so many years, and seeing him from afar, and then being able to be in practices with him, and you know, me watching and learning. So on. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. The story is just too much. It doesn't make sense. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from, where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me his shoes. He won All-Star Week. It's surreal. It doesn't make no sense, but the universe just puts things in your life, and when you live in the right way, or you just giving everything to whatever you're doing, things happen organically, and it's not supposed to make sense, but it just happens. And I'm happy to be in any conversation with Kobe Bryant, one of the all-time greatest basketball players to ever play, one of the all-time greatest Lakers. The man got 2 jerseys hanging up in Staples Center. It's just crazy.
Any irony for you as a pass-first player? You said basically your whole life now be jersey scoring.
Yeah, because I don't I've never seen myself as a scorer. I've seen myself as just a guy that's just a basketball player, and I've always wanted to have that triple threat mentality of being able to pass, being able to rebound, being able to score at times, and you know, I've always loved the excitement that I gave my teammates by giving them the ball, seeing them score since I first ever started playing the game of basketball. That's always been like the greatest thing on the floor for me. And also being able to get back and make, you know, like changing plays defensively. So to be in this position as far as a scoring record or scoring list, that also doesn't make sense to me.
You never played against Michael. You could always chase his ghost, call him an idol. You played against Kobe for so long. Was there a point where you have to stop idolizing him so you can play against him and compete and win and all those kinds of things?
No, but you also can keep the main thing. Once the game started, when we competed against each other, probably after the first time I played him, my rookie year, you keep the main thing, and you're trying to go out and win the game, and he's trying to destroy you because that's what Kobe's all about. He has 0 friends out on the floor, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not admiring the guy that I'm playing against. I'm able to still prioritize and understand what's going on the floor. So, and I think I showed that when we competed against each other.
Not getting a chance to play against him in the finals. At one time, you said that was one of your very few regrets in your basketball career. Does that still stand?
I won't say it's a regret because it is what it is. The game has given me everything, and I've given the game everything as well. But we had an opportunity. I think that was 2009 or 8. The year we lost to Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals. And we had a hell of a year that year. I think we were 66-16, and we got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we ran up against a Dwight Howard in his prime. And he completely he crushed us, along with Hedo and Rashard Lewis and the rest of those guys. But no, it's not a regret. I think it would have been amazing to be able to compete against Kobe in the finals. It would have been great for the fans, but it's no regret. We had enough battles. Huh?
Envision it that you would pass it?
No, I didn't. It didn't matter. It could have been a layup. It could have been a free throw. It could have been a dunk. It could have been a 3. It could have been a tip in. It doesn't matter. Because for me, I didn't go into the game saying, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. If it happened tonight like it did, cool. If it didn't, I really wasn't tripping about it.
What's it been like adjusting to having Kobe as a spectator at your games and sort of cheering you on as you were chasing this record?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. That's pretty much how I'm gonna be when I'm done playing. Being able to come back and watch this beautiful game, and hopefully, there's somebody still playing the game at a high level. That guy across the hallway, Ben Simmons, I can sit and watch him and see how much he's continued to grow, and watch him, see him continue to do what he do, because he's growing every day. So, I mean, it's a pretty cool thing to see him and see Gigi at the games and just it's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood being a part of the Lakers franchise, and we all root for one another, no matter past, present, or future. That's what it's about.
Last 2 questions.
I'm getting to as you see, I had to answer a phone call while y'all was in here, so I haven't got to all my messages yet.
Last question.
Was there a favorite memory? I mean, is it him giving you the sneakers, the winning gold medals, or something on the court that you guys did against one another that stands out when you think about it?
As far as together?
Yeah. Kobe memory.
It's too many. It's too many. It could be the last game we played against each other in Staples. It could be his last All-Star game. Right there at halftime, he was getting interviewed by the great Craig Sager, rest in peace. That is an unbelievable moment right there. And I went over there and hijacked his interview, so us winning a gold medal together, some of the things that us going to some of the other events for Team USA, watching Phelps or, so many different things that we did together as teammates. So, like I said, I was a 15-year-old kid who was able to meet him. I was in awe, and he gave me a pair of his shoes. It's not just one. It's impossible to just single out just one of them, but it's cool to know that you have the support of one of the all-time greats that ever played this game, and someone that you admired to be like on the floor, and do the things, win championships, be young, and be remembered. You don't have that much time to play this game, and if you're able to be remembered, for the great things that you did, the positive things that you did, making people feel great about what you did, that's a pretty cool thing. So I wrote on my shoes tonight. I think I put Mamba for life, 824 KB, because it's really that mutual. So
You saw right there LeBron James, a little bit teary-eyed and a little bit weepy, but he's going to miss his friend like we all are. We're all going to miss Kobe Bryant. He was that. And Kobe Bryant left a lasting impression on LeBron James. And LeBron James will never forget that with Kobe Bryant. Also, legendary player and coach Doc Rivers remembers the man, the myth, the legend, Kobe Bryant with this.
I just don't have a lot to say. The news is just devastating to everybody who knew him, known him a long time. And, you know, he means a lot to me, obviously. You know, he was such a great opponent, you know. It's what you want in sports. He had that DNA that very few athletes can ever have. You know, the Tiger Woods and the Michael Jordans. You know, it's funny. I was getting to know him more since he retired. You know, yeah, this is a tough one. I don't. I mean, we have to go play. I mean, the news is just so devastating for Vanessa and his family, and there's just so many people he touched, you know. And you know, it's looking at my young players and seeing how emotional they are. They didn't even know him, you know, and it just tells you how far his reach was. So, and this is just shocking news for all of us. And sorry, I don't have a lot to say. I just can't. I have to go talk to a team before a game and tell them to quit. Okay.
You saw right there, Dolph Rivers was choked up inside, and he reminisced about the good times he had with Kobe. You know, how he was getting close to Kobe after he retired, and he gonna miss him. Doc Rivers, you can tell he was choked up, but he knows that Kobe would be dearly missed. Wow. Also, when the love keeps on coming, as former U.S. President Barack Obama released this message, or released this statement on Kobe Bryant. You can see right here is really heartfelt and heartwarming, touching by the words of Obama about Kobe Bryant was a true great. Kobe Bryant was that. So even Shaquille O'Neal, who was alongside Kobe, sometimes they had a love-hate relationship when they was a part of the LA Lakers and stuff. But he made up with Kobe and released this statement right here. Shaq's gonna miss Kobe. Wow. Well, before Kobe's death, Kobe appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and discussed his drama with Shaq and how they set aside their beef. And Kobe also talked about his 4 girls with this. Yeah, as you see right there, Kobe Bryant recalling the story of him and Shaq and his girls. You know, it's kind of sad that Kobe Bryant will not see them grow up. But you know, like we said, one daughter was instantly killed with him. So, you know, we heard reports that Gianna was playing basketball. She was a fan of basketball, and you can tell she wanted to be a basketball player. And you have to wonder what potential she would have gift if she was in the WNBA, being the daughter of Kobe Bryant. And you know, it's going to be sad to not see that, but we know it's going to be okay. And I know they're okay and they're content. And I hope they had died with peace. And, you know, that's all that matters in this world, that they live their life to the fullest. And that's how it be. Also, NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar reacts to the news of Kobe Bryant's death with this message.
It's very difficult for me to put in words how I feel about the loss of Kobe Bryant. As a young boy, I met him when he was 11 or 12 years old. I was friends with his dad, Joe. We were former adversaries. Joe played for the 76ers, but he was a good friend and someone that I shared a friendship. And it's hard for me to understand now how this is affecting Joe and his wife. So to Kobe's family, I want to send my most sincere and heartfelt regrets and prayers, and my thoughts are with you guys. Kobe was an incredible family man. He loved his wife and daughters. He was an incredible athlete and a leader in a lot of ways. He inspired a whole generation of young athletes. He was one of the first ones to leave high school and come into the NBA and do so well, dominating the game and becoming one of the best scorers that the Los Angeles Lakers has ever seen. I had the privilege of being there when he scored his 81-point game, and it was something that I will always remember as one of the highlights of the things that I have learned and observed in sports. Kobe, my thoughts are with you. Absolutely. Rest in peace, young man. This loss it's just hard to comprehend. Go with God.
You saw right there Kareem offering his love and his support to the family of Kobe Bryant. And then we get to this, and he was recalling when he met Kobe, when Kobe was a youngster, when Kareem and Kobe's dad was playing basketball together, and he saw the potential in Kobe. So, you know, you have to wonder, you know, he knew that Kobe was going to be special, and he was special and stuff. And then we see here even Dominique Wilkins from the Atlanta Hawks, an Atlanta Hawks commentator, tweeted this about Kobe. Real heartfelt, real straight to the point. And Kobe Bryant was that. He never shied away from nothing. He always was fearless, and that's what it is. All right. Let's take a moment to hear what you people had to say about the death of Kobe Bryant and how it affects you in the NBA community. Watch this.
Stephen A., how are you processing this information right now, brother?
It's just devastating. Obviously, I found out a few minutes after the reports came out, and you know, it's a guy I've known for his entire career, and I've known him pretty well, and we've talked a lot and throughout the years, and knowing what a winner he was, not just on the basketball court, but off of it, how inspirational he was, how motivational he was in terms of really helping to instill in other people, you know, just the tenacity and the focus on being all that you could be, never taking any shortcuts. A willingness to put in the work, to rip yourself and shred yourself of the excuses of the things that hold you back from achieving the things that you aspire to achieve. It wasn't just about basketball with him, it was about life. And that Mamba mentality wasn't something that was reserved for just basketball players or for just athletes. It was for any human being out there who had a dream, who felt the need to be inspired about something, who wanted something so badly. It was about going out and getting it. And he was just that kind of guy. And he laughed a lot more than people realized. He told a lot of jokes more than people realized. He'd sting you whenever he could because that was his way. He was a guy that he was a great basketball player. He was a great father. He loved his wife, and that's obviously tremendously. He was a great friend. We were just together on New Year's Eve, and we were supposed to meet again in a few weeks to discuss some things and to just hear the news that he passed away, particularly in this fashion. He's been taking a helicopter for decades, living in Newport Beach and, you know, flying, you know, toward downtown to LA to the Staples Center, you know, to and from games all the time for many, many years. He loved being in that helicopter. He certainly was never really concerned about it. And for him to be gone, particularly through these means, is incredibly tragic, and it's sad. And to know that his daughter was on a helicopter with him, it just resonated even that much more profoundly. So obviously it's incredibly sad for me, incredibly sad for the NBA community, and it's just hard to put it in words, to be quite honest with you. That's the best I can do.
You know, Stephen A., Kobe Bryant's been a public figure for, you know, more than 2 decades, as you mentioned. I mean, he took Brandy to high school prom right? I mean, who got to do that? But Kobe Bryant did that. Then he comes into the NBA with the bravado of a 10-year veteran, even if he didn't have the skills at that time to match it. But then 5 NBA championships, an MVP, 2 gold medals at the Olympics. We've seen Kobe Bryant for quite some time. And from a fan standpoint, if you will, we feel like we do know who Kobe Bryant is, the relentless competitor, the never give up attitude. You mentioned some of the off-court things, the sense of humor. What is it about Kobe Bryant, Stephen A., that most people, frankly, don't know?
Well, I would tell you that, again, I use the word motivational because I think that a lot of times when people look at him and they take some of the words and some of the things that he spewed, they try to attach it to athletics, but he wasn't about that. He was about life. When I spoke at the University of Alabama for Nick Saban last year, Kobe had spoken prior to that, I think a year earlier than that. Anywhere he could go to inspire people to be the best that they can be, that was something that he wanted to do. He didn't want to just do it through his words, however. He wanted to continue to do it through his own work to show that basketball was just one element of what he was all about. It certainly didn't limit him in any way. He spoke several languages fluently, obviously Italian, Spanish, and of course English. I mean, this guy was highly intellectual. He was a brilliant mind, and he was not shy about letting you know that he was brilliant because he never believed he was. He was on a mission to constantly elevate himself intellectually. That's just the temperament that he had. But he also wanted to be inspirational in that regard. I remember years ago when I had the show, quite frankly, on ESPN2, and people used to talk about me, interviewing people, and they used to bring up folks like Oprah and others. He used to say, damn all of that, not Oprah, Harpo. That was his mentality. Don't think about just being in front of the camera. Think about owning the product. Think about something bigger than what you're thinking about constantly. It's not just about being a reporter. It's about being an author. It's not just about being a basketball player. It's about being a champion. It's not just about being an artist. It's about being an Academy Award winner. These are all things that he had visions of, and it was consistent with who he was from the time that you knew him. Because coming into the NBA, one of the things that had turned others off about him initially, he came into the league talking about how he was going to be as great, if not greater, than Michael Jordan one day. And people used to look at him and say, this dude is off of his rocker. His chest is sticking out just a little bit too much. He needs perspective. And then sure enough, when you watched him work and you saw the commitment that he put in, you realized he wasn't playing. He was dead serious. He would win championships. He would take a week or two off and then show back up a week or two later and start working in the summertime at 5:30 in the morning. This is what he did religiously. When other people were taking vacations, he was studying. When other people were taking breaks, he was working out. That was his entire mentality about anything and everything. And if you were going to be around him and you talked about aspiring to do something, one of the biggest things he would question you about was the work that you were putting in. He would probe, he would interrogate, because he wanted to make sure that you were doing what you said that you wanted to do, that if you were truly aspiring to go after what you were aspiring to go after, he wanted to judge what you were doing for yourself to see how seriously he could take that you really meant what you said about really, really going for it. That was his mentality all of the time. And he was that way with teammates. He was that way with executives. He was that way with league officials. He was that way with contemporaries. He certainly was that way with me, along with a bevy of other people that he called friends or called one of his boys or whatever the case may be. That was his mentality. And all of that shaped Black Mamba, the Mamba mentality. You either had to adjust to the program or you didn't want to be around him because he wasn't going to change, because he knew he was right and you were probably wrong if you were against him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.
So I just saw the news and my heart completely sank. Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash. And when I saw the article, I'm looking like, man, I can't believe it. And so, like, you know, and it was a credible news source. So I'm looking at it. It says Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash. And so I start reading the story, and in my mind, I'm like, man, this is a joke. Even though it's a credible news source, I'm thinking this is a joke, not Kobe Bryant, right? And my heart sank, and I called my brother, and I said, man, they're saying Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash. And even to him, he's like, yeah, I literally just saw it when you said it. And you know what this just made me think? Number one, man, I'm praying for his daughter. I'm praying for his family. I feel pain in my heart, and I don't even know Kobe like that. But, you know, we've all seen him playing the games, and he just retired. LeBron just passed his score the other night. You know, that all-time scoring record, LeBron just passed it. I can't imagine what his daughter's going through. And you know what it made me think? It's just, man, Kobe Bryant, me seeing that headline, I'm like, this isn't real. There's no way this is real. And think about that for a second. That should be a reality check for all of us, because we always think that we've got all this time to live. Man, it could never happen to me. It can never happen to them. And then you see a title like that. Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash. You think about all the games you saw him just being amazing, being awesome, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing on the basketball court. He's been out of the league now for a little bit, and he's got, you know, ambition, and he got the little award for the little episode that he had made. He's coaching his daughter's team, and he's gone just like that. Let me tell you something. Right now, as you're watching this video, be grateful that you're still living and you're still breathing. Be grateful if you still have your loved ones around. Take advantage, man. That man, he was ambitious. You know, he was trying to do something. He had such a work ethic. He had such a great work ethic. I literally saw a picture of him yesterday where he had a cast on his hand, but he was at the court 4 o'clock in the morning practicing his shot. He has such a work ethic. I mean, even at his older age, he has such a desire. He has such a drive to win, man. And so when I see stuff like that, number one, I'm praying for his family. But number two, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I just assume that I'm going to live to be 40, 50 years old if the Lord doesn't come back. I just assume that my family members, we're all going to live to be old. I got to take advantage of today. I got to take advantage of right now. I got to take advantage of this moment. I got to call my family and text my family and tell them I love them. Tell them that I value them. Tell them that I appreciate them. A lot of us, some of you may have small families like mine, you know, so we're not used to seeing death in an immediate, you know, circle. Some people have bigger families and they see it all the time. Don't allow that to make you numb to it. Don't allow that to make you complacent. Appreciate the life that God has given you. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. I'm telling you, when I seen the article, Kobe Bryant killed in helicopter crash, I'm saying this can't be real. And I almost started crying. And I don't even know Kobe like that. Pray for his daughter. Pray for his family, guys. My goodness. If you know some people out there that you claim to love, tell them the good news. Tell them the gospel. Tell them. Don't assume that they got all the time in the world to get right with God. Man, this is sad. I'm pretty sure this is going to be big. You know, the NBA is going to be talking about this for a while, man. Pray for his family and look at his life. You know, look at the drive he had. Look at the ambition he had. And, man, do something. Some of y'all, let me tell you something. Some of y'all need to stop laying around. You need to wake up, take advantage of the day, take advantage of the moment, start wondering what kind of legacy you're going to leave behind for your kids and your family. Stop assuming you're going to make it to 50, 60, 70 years old. I feel like I want to cry right now, man, because, you know, we grew up watching Kobe. We grew up watching Kobe, man. I literally was just looking, man. This man, I was just admiring the man. I said, man, he has such a drive, man, just to win. He wanted to be successful. He left it all on the court. And when he got out of the NBA, he didn't stop. He coaching his daughter. He trying to get involved in different things like that. I'm telling you, this motivates me. This motivates me where I say, I got to get up tomorrow and I got to get after it. I got to do something. Because I'm looking at that like, how that happened to Kobe? Kobe Bryant? Man, we got to get it, man. We got to do something with this life. Life is a gift. Love you guys. Be blessed. Be encouraged.
A tragedy has befallen the world of basketball. Earlier today, at the age of 41, Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash. In 20 seasons with the Lakers, Kobe was a 17-time All-Star, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and 5-time NBA champion. The NBA and the game of basketball will mourn this loss together. Please join us in a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Mamba.
All right, you saw right there, a lot of people are mourning the loss of Kobe Bryant, even people, average people. You know, you saw people in the crowds near the Staples Center where Kobe played for so long as an LA Laker. And now Kobe Bryant, you know, man, just never know. Never know. Never know. All right. Kobe was all about giving back, and he did so on this appearance on The View with these two young fans. Take a look.
I just want to say, wait a minute, because I'm looking over here, and I think you're missing an item for one of my good friends. Hold on, let me give him a call.
Hello?
Hello? Is this you, Kate? Listen,
hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, I have a request for you. You think if I sent you something, you could maybe sign it for me?
I could do something better than that. I could actually come out and sign it right now, actually.
For you. And I also have a jersey for you guys for the auction.
Thank you.
This is for you.
Thank you, man. Very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, sweetheart.
Can you say hi?
How you doing?
Can you say hi?
It's a pleasure to meet
Can
you,
you say
sweetie.
hi?
Hi, give me 5.
Hi, give me a 5.
So,
all right. That's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah. All right. So, I have to say, Kobe does a lot of amazing things, but we called you and you came. Why?
Well, yeah, I think we all have, it's a belief that we all have a responsibility to each other to help one another. I mean, it's the fundamental belief. If you have the opportunity to do that, it is our responsibility as people to help one another. And that's it. Simple as that.
I know you guys are working so hard for this event and you're really emotional. Do you guys have something you want to say to Kobe?
Thank you. Thank you for the jerseys.
Very welcome. Very, very welcome.
You saw right there, Kobe Bryant gave back indeed. He gave back to two young fans, gave them jerseys. That was Kobe was all about, you know, showing them like people should care for each other and help each other out. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, Kobe didn't look at it like materialistic things or nothing like that. He looked at it as human to human. And he just wanted to help because he knew someone helped him along the way. So he wanted to reach back and help somebody else. And that was nice of him to do that. Well, Kobe did something, did the impossible. And he made history with this.
And the Oscar goes to, don't say La La Land, don't say La La Land. Dear Basketball, Glenn Keane and Kobe! It's a message for all of us. Whatever form your dream may take, it's through passion and perseverance that the impossible is possible.
Well, I don't know if it's possible. I mean, as basketball players, we're really supposed to shut up and dribble. But I'm glad we do a little bit more than that. Thank you, Academy, for this amazing honor. Thank you, John Williams, for such a wonderful piece of music. Thank you, Verizon, for believing in the film. Thank you, Molly Carter. Without you, we wouldn't be here. And to my wife, Vanessa, our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca, ti amo con tutto il mio cuore. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
All right, so right there, Kobe Bryant made history, becoming the first NBA player to win an Academy Award for his documentary, Dear Basketball. Kobe Bryant thanked everyone for this moment and his just opportunity. Well, Kobe Bryant was a real humble dude, a real smart dude, and a real honest dude. You know, it's so sad that he's not going to be here no more, but his legacy will live on. Wow. And I want to send my thoughts and my prayers and condolences to the family of Kobe Bryant. You know, it's a tough thing right now, you know, and, you know, we're here for the family of Kobe Bryant, and anything that prayers, support, you name it, we're there for you, because it's a tough pill to swallow at the moment, but they will get through it and be stronger, and hopefully things will get better, and Kobe Bryant will live on, his legacy will live on, and his work will live on. Man, but you know, that's what it's all about. Thank you all once again for watching this edition of Viral, the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on Viral.
Today is one of the saddest days in my lifetime. It seems like a bad dream that you just want to wake up from. It's a nightmare. I know we all feel the same way about such a great leader, just a great champion, a great person. If you got a chance to know Kobe, you got a chance to really know Kobe. Ain't nobody better, man. Emotions all over the place. These are the moments when you ask why. My heart, thoughts goes out to Kobe's family, his daughter Gigi. This is a sad day. There's no way around it. My family and I have been sharing Kobe stories. We have so many moments that he's given us. We're so thankful for those moments. I'm thankful for those moments, man. This was one of my favorite players. And I got a chance to have a relationship, a friendship. But I would miss him. I would miss the friendship. I said it many times. When Kobe retired from the game of basketball, it left a hole in my wanting to play. Because when I came in the league, I chased him. That's who I chased. I wanted to be respected by him. And once I reached that level, I knew I did something. So, Kobe, thank you, man. Thank you for all the memories. We got a lot of good ones. And these tears that we're crying, we're going to miss you.
and it's not going to go. It's not leaving today. A week from now, a month from now, a year from now, we will forever, forever miss you, man. You're our legend. You're our icon. You're our father. You're a husband. Your son, your brother. Your friend. Thank you for being my friend. I love you, brother.